Hello and welcome back. I'm Joe, and this is Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. Today I'm going to try something a little different. One, keep my citizens really happy and do as much as I can to improve their quality of life. Yeah, kudos to me, right? And two, try to find ways to progress in the game without using workers, because we're not going to get workers for a little while. So this little Trabant is just nostalgic for me because that's how I grew up. That's what I grew up with. My mom had one for a long time, and it's just cool. And now it's part of the secret police because this building may not be enough for the whole city. You can see we only, oh, well, I guess I can add a couple more workers here, but we only have 3 vehicles, which makes me think we just can't keep up with government loyalty on all of them. Oh, it's actually funny. Yeah, I just clicked on it and I couldn't see the loyalty for a lot of the buildings, but it looks like it's not that bad. That one vehicle more may actually take care of everything. But as you can see, we are close to not high enough. So I need to address that. That's the first thing. I already have 2 monuments and I do know they don't stack very well. So the few workers that I have 147 workers available here, plus some that can't work because of children. So I think it's time to upgrade one more kindergarten right now. And where are you? I'm going to speed this up a little bit more because it is August. I hope we're going to be done with this episode before winter is here. But overall, we just need to get more stuff done. I think one full-size kindergarten should do the trick. Out here could actually be a pretty good location because everyone can sort of get to it, and I wouldn't be opposed to adding another road back here as well. Not sure I'm going to do anything else with it, but this is for now a pretty good start. And as you saw, it had all the connections that I wanted it to have, so that looks good. Plus, let's upgrade at least the I don't want to upgrade that one. If you run into that, I just pressed escape and that let me stop that upgrade that I don't want. I just want to upgrade this piece. Okay, stop fighting me, please, and thank you. I think everyone is still able to connect to everything, and these 2 kindergartens are definitely reachable for everyone that's around. Walkable. Yep, they can walk to there. They don't have to walk any further than that. So I am pretty happy with it, but yeah, kindergarten is just a small piece because that's only 50 people. I have 200 other workers that currently don't have a way to take care of things. And I should find work for them. I think the chemical plant is a really good option for that, but to make this actually work, I think I should just dedicate one small distribution office, which I need. What do I need? I need a covered hole, I need a fuel tank, I need a dumper, and I need wood. And then another covered hole for the chemicals to export for now, which is fine. So I think it has to be a 4-spot distribution office. Let's see if we can find one of those. I'm not 100% sure if we have those 3 and 5. Spots for vehicles, 32. No, thank you. 4. 4 is what I'm looking for. There we go. Distribution office. This one. That size seems pretty adequate. If I can squeeze you in here, that would be lovely. Oh, I love it. I love it already. That's great. And now, construction office, please get started on this one. I currently, what do I not have? I don't have a tank. This is supposed to store gravel, so it should be fine. I have something for wood. I just don't have crops or something else available. It feels like crops is a thing that I definitely need to be able to provide here. So instead of hoping for the best, I will just add a warehouse. Do I need to do the biggest warehouse that I have, or can I do something a little smaller? 200 tons of crops, 75 tons of chemicals. Honestly, this one feels more than adequate for what I need out of this area right here. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. I still don't have fuel, and we're not going to have a... It's funny that that one already looks like it's pre-planed or had some excavators there, but I don't think they were. But there we go. Get all this started and organized, and I think the construction offices are pretty busy at this point. Cool. Let's make it more busy, because one thing that does worry me is my loyalty. If I look at the overall statistics for just last year, I did have a lot of escapes. It leveled out pretty well with births versus deaths, but overall it's not great. I do know a lot of this had to do, or a lot of the deaths and escapes that I had to do with the village that I'm still trying, kind of experimenting with, and it's not going as well as I want it to go. But it's not terrible. We do have the orphanage here, which is we're losing people here as well, which is not great. But I don't think I want to add another one of these at this point. It is more important to me that the people that I have are in a better mood overall. And happiness is just not as high as I want it to be. And one of the things that I know is a problem is government loyalty. Only 35% with 2 monuments is just not going to do it. So I'm going to try to find a radio station that can make everyone happy. And a radio station actually benefits everyone in the Republic. It's not just the current area, it's everywhere where it can reach. So let's do that. Where are you? I usually never build this, so it's really hard for me to find it apparently. But culture, radio station. Yes, what do we have? So the big one, I don't have 450 people left. So 150 people times 3 is what you need to run this at 100%. I don't have that. Ballet theater? That's pretty nice. Small radio, 30 and 10. This one sounds like an option. Press building. I like the sound of that. I like the cost of that if I look at the work days, but I'm not sure that's the right one yet. No, I don't look for them first. People's broadcasting service. This feels very godly, but I kind of like it. I kind of like it, and it kind of fits right here, and I think I can make a road connection to this building as well. It should be more than in walking range of at least the bus station over there, so that's actually a pretty good option. I kind of like it. What else do we have? A 50-25, there's a 50-25. You're about the same price. This one just fits better into this area. I think I may just want to run with this guy. So, where would I put you? I could put you like this, and you would kind of still fit into everything, and you actually would pull power from the other building, which is neat. You could also go over here. This is more like the maintenance area for the city. This may feel a little better. I think we're going to go here. I couldn't see bulldozers. I got really scared there that I had auto build on for anything. I haven't had auto build on for a very long time, since the beginning, honestly. So I'm glad that wasn't the problem. But we'll have one go out here and one go out here. While we're here, just get that one connected there as well. That's fine. And then footpaths are really done really fast, and I can appreciate that. Cool. So yes, we have a radio station that's coming up, and it should help us at least with loyalty and a couple other things as well. I haven't really checked how things are going here, but loyalty is going down. Even though propaganda is the highest that I'm adjusting here, and really anything else that we do, it's just going down. I don't know why. I guess it's fine if you have to go to prison and your loyalty is going down. It kind of makes sense. But it's not great. If I get alcohol up, though, loyalty doesn't go down as much. So that's something to think of. I guess we all have to play with this for a little while until we get numbers that make enough sense. But yeah, it's just doesn't feel like I can really impact the loyalty as much as I want. And I honestly think it also matters a little bit for at least it reduces crime. I guess that's what I should really go for. 4%, almost 5% here. That's probably a good number. More sport doesn't seem to have a huge impact on that. Oh no, I'm not saying much anymore. Religion does not help cultural enjoyment. Yeah, maybe I should just concentrate on hurting my loyalty as little as possible, and increasing or improving my criminality as much as possible. So maybe this is a better number than what I had before. I don't know. Looks fine. These crimes, I don't know if they work yet. This is still completely in beta, and it is very possible that everything is being tweaked every time there's an update. But to me, it looks like these criminals already have mostly zero criminality left, and you have serving a sentence. How do you have 28.9 year sentence How is that possible? My maximum sentence is 9.9 years. I would like to think this has something to do with the updates and how they are implemented, but it looks like everything is a little high. So let's just reduce the sentences for all of these people. 1.6 years, sure. Let's leave this one the way it is, and maybe this will help keep the people happier and more around for longer, and keep the loyalty at a better level. I don't know. This is something we all have to play with, I believe. So we'll see how that goes. Cool. So building some stuff, we're making some things happen. We are adding a kindergarten out here. That is pretty neat. I would actually like to get this piece paved, but right now is probably a terrible time for that. I can probably just one of those is fine. Add a secondary path right there. That makes me happy enough, and we should be good. So that can do their thing. Yeah, lumber, we have some lumber here, but that's not doing exactly as what I wanted to do either. Just checking that there's nothing funky going on up here. Everything's kind of being constructed. That is excellent. I would like all of the construction officers to continue to do their thing, because it is important that all of this gets done, especially this tunnel down here. If that doesn't get done anytime soon, we have a problem. But no, this looks like everything is doing just fine. We could start producing some coal of our own, but because I don't have a workforce for it, I don't see a real point in it either. So we're just going to leave that alone. We should really quickly check happiness overall. We actually have some 79s over here. Wow. Unable to visit church, but you're getting everything else done. That makes me very happy and glad to see. So that's pretty nice. Building properties. What are we doing for free flats? Nothing free here. These are all relatively free, but overall, we haven't lost a lot of people, and I don't think we have a lot of influx of people from the main city because there's so much empty space. But here it's really more, I need to have workers in the fire station and workers in the utility buildings, I would call them, and that should be good. Yeah, that's fine. This staffing should actually work better now, so I hope that is still true. And we generally don't have workers available in this bus stop, which is a shame, but it's just going to take a little while before we get to that point. That's good. Do we have people working here? Yeah, excellent. Everyone's highly educated, so there's that too. There's nothing we can do there at this point. I do think, yeah, the heating pipe was already done last time, so there's nothing to look at there. So cool. The construction offices will get a lot of this stuff done, and I would like to build another city, and I'm actually contemplating allowing myself to invite about 1,700 more people, because I don't know if you remember, but I started with I invited 333 people, and I may have invited a couple more. As you can see, it's about 500 people is my population when I started. So yeah, I do feel that the right number of people that you have to invite is at least 1,000, maybe a little more. So I have a good number of people left over that I could invite, but I also need to get rid of these dips. These dips are forced by winter and by happiness dip, and a couple other problems that are related to that. I probably need to get a grip of that. I do think this village has a lot to do with it, because the people that went here essentially just escaped right away, and that doesn't help my overall population. But at least it was almost stable, flat. It just didn't grow. So there's at least some positive. Cool. Wonderful. Next thing. Yeah. Get some benefit out of workerless production. What is workerless production? Anything that does not require workers to produce anything. For example, farms. Farms don't require any workers, just vehicles. And we can afford vehicles. As many as we need, and we can definitely put some rail paths out there to get connected to all the places that we want them to be. Yeah, I just want you to go, please. That looks good. Where are you going? Bauxite. Making more money again. That's neat. This guy seems to be working fine. This one is now empty. Yeah, this is all working. So yeah, one of them is crops. And crops is a piece that I do know I'm generally running out of or at least during the winter. Right now we're looking okay, but we're also in harvest season. I have about 2,000 tons probably sitting there being available, and it looks like we may actually finish all the fields. And then I have to reassign these fields to be in the right order, because the medium fields out here, they have to be started first. All the other fields should follow, and ideally they should follow in a senseful manner. So from here, go to this field, from here, go to this field, from here, go to any of these fields, doesn't matter, from here, go to this field. And then the rest is more bonus, because they will have to refuel anyways and go back to the farm. But that should all be pretty okay. Another possibility for workerless labor, without playing with mods and have mines that don't require workers, like bauxite, is one where you don't require workers. You can have just excavators do all their jobs, and you just export that. You could, but money is not the problem. I'm aiming more for independence. So the other one is oil. And there are a couple different ones that we can use. High flow oil rig. Interesting. I may use it if it's really worth it, because I would like to get some fuel production going sooner than later. I just don't know when yet. The problem is I haven't looked where the oil is, and remembering from the live stream at the beginning, I don't think there's oil in an easy to reach place, but let's see. Some water, because suspense is always good, right? You appreciate suspense? Excellent. There is oil in a usable location for me. I'm actually surprised to see that, and it could be covered by the fire station that I just added. It's right here. A little outside, but there's already a cliffside here, which could let me run a road down, which there is accidentally already a road put in here. I will upgrade this to gravel road, because this will be worth it. I can use this road to get down here. Should I? I don't know. I want to. Oh, come on. I don't want to build a bridge here. There we go. No. There we go. Yes, this will be worth it. Because if I can make this close enough to the fire station that we have, this will be a match made in heaven. And all I have to figure out is how I get the liquid up the hill. But that's what pipelines are for, right? Pipelines can replace trains if you want to. I really like trains, but I don't know that trains are really necessary in this situation. This is a pretty nice mountain road. I will drive on it. So let's assign someone. Cool. We got that. Oil. Where do we have some oil? Everywhere. Not super high oil concentrations, but that does not scare me. Actually, this one, 34%. No, it's not great. It's not great by any means, but I've seen a lot worse. 36%? Sure, let's start there. 35, 38. It's just not a very high concentration location in general. 45 is the highest I've seen. Give me another one in the 40s, please. 39. 38. I guess 39 is the highest we can get out of there. Oh, there's another. Oh, there's a good one here. There's a great one. 59%. Yes, let's get that one. I will turn this one around. I'm sorry that I'm a little further away than usual, but I want to get the most out of this material that I can. I do hope at some point in the future, I have a much better production that I actually assumed in here. That looks good. That's 25%. We don't need that. There's another reasonable number here. 36%. I can play with that. 31% also feels good enough to use. Good enough to use. 32% actually. Wow. I did not know that I had an oil field this close to my setup. Now the best... Oh, there's another one that I probably can use here. 35, 36, 37, 30, 36% right here. Yep. This is great. Now, someone's going to post this, so I'm just going to talk about it. The best setup that you can do with your pump jacks is a diamond setup, where you place one in the front, two in the back, and here, if you have a really high yielding oil field right there, because that's how you get most of the oil out of it, and you don't just have one pump jack producing a little bit, you have 4 pump jacks producing almost a lot, and that's how you want to do it. It just doesn't seem like these are the areas where you can actually tickle that much production out of. But 36%, a third, more than a third production for all of these pump jacks, which is, let's see what the production is. Each of these can produce 7 tons of oil per day, so 36%, a third is less than half, so let's call it 3 tons of oil per day. production of all of these. On average, let's say these are all 4 tons of oil because some of them had 50% or more. So 4 tons of oil, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 of these, so let's call it just 35 tons of oil a day. Is that a lot? I would say we'll find out. Because oil refinery would like to use 250 tons of oil a day. So yes, it's not a lot for that, but we don't have to go that route. We can just use a smaller production, consumption at maximum level. Now I use this one, I don't know which season. It must have been season 1. I use this one. You lose a lot of efficiency if you go with the small refinery. It's so much cheaper to build this, but it requires 10% of the workers, but it produces a lot less. The output is a lot less than 10% of the other output, so it's not ideal. This one feels good. It's a lot more. It's actually as expensive to build. 270 tons of steel, 300. Yeah, this one's pretty much as expensive to build as the original plant, but it takes less fuel. So yeah, that's not a good place either. So I think we're going to build a real oil refinery. And you remember at some point I said I didn't know what I want to do with this area yet because I didn't want to put our rail line running through here and lose out on a bunch of stuff. And as you can see now, I think I found a purpose for it. And that makes me pretty happy. And again, I do feel that we are in fire coverage range. Actually, for multiple stations here, because there's a station to the right where the bauxite mine is that is also going to cover this fuel refinery. Would I much prefer building this fuel refinery later? Yes, absolutely. I will actually probably, because I don't have 500 workers. I don't have 1,500 workers waiting for work right now. So I probably won't build this, but I will plan it because that's important. And I will have all of these combined into just one oil production and store the oil somewhere on this blimp over here. And from there, I should be able to transport that oil to somewhere else with just our transport options that we have. For right now, mostly export it, but also use it for the chemical industry, which we haven't set up yet because the distribution office was not assigned at this point. Glad I remember that, because that's actually important. Also, that warehouse, I kind of like the warehouse look, so that's pretty cool. I will upgrade these roads at some point, and I will also upgrade this road to be asphalt because it's actually a pretty important road where it stands there. Now this is also important because if I want fire coverage for the oil industry over here, and who wants a fire in the oil industry, I actually have to give them access to it. So the usual trick, if you have trouble with your road, find an angle that lets you actually place the road, or at least gives you yellow, because once you're in yellow, you can usually manipulate everything around the ground as much as you have to, and that gives you enough of a whatever you need, enough of anything. So this looks good to me, and I think I just realized what building or how I wanna handle the oil export or oil production movement again in the future. So this looks good. This should be more than in range of coverage, so that makes me happy. Let's get that assigned. Someone can start building this. That's good. I would like to have a connection on this side as well, but for that I think I would want to look at a bridge. Ideally, I don't see a good place for a bridge, so we probably just use... I know that I can get over here, but I can't get into that level, so that's kind of a little damper. I may have to go across here. Nope, can't cross. Can't cross, too steep. This is the flattest area for a crossing, for a railroad crossing, so maybe... Nope, it's too steep, and you can go really close. I don't want to go into that too much. Nope, that's not really the right option. That's not really what we want to do. There is more crossing opportunity right here. I just don't want to cut into this area too much, but we need this access for the trucks that will run in here. Plus, I'm assuming that I will need train access over here on one side of this, just to get a couple things going. And yeah, this is not as easy because this is really on a little ridge, and that's cutting into my ideas. I don't love it, but I will deal with it. So I guess you can come up here, and then you just make a sharp turn. I don't need a direct connection for you. Just make a sharp turn, go up here, somewhat parallel to the rail. That looks fine, and then make a beeline for this connection, but I don't have to build that yet because I would like to get the rail done first. Let's just assign that because there's no reason why I can't complete that guy. Now, something else that I would really like to do is turn all this off, is put fields in this area because this is a huge step, or meadow, or whatever you want to call it. I would call it a step. It's a huge area that is wasted land, and at some point I actually complained to someone that I didn't like putting oil rigs in cornfields. Then I looked to a couple states around my area, and it's just like, oh yeah, it's totally normal. It's just what you do because you definitely farmed first, and then you realized, oh, there's oil under my farms, and I would like people to give me money for it. I don't really care about the spills. Are spills very common? I don't want to argue that because I don't know. But this is definitely a setup where you have your oil derrick sitting right across or within fields, and it works. So I would like to get that set up as well, and this looks like a really large farm area that we can use and we should use. Yes, I will definitely pack this full of stuff. And we just need more distribution offices to actually move all the material to wherever we need it, which this land is not going to be needing a ton more crops. It does need more crops, but I think we're getting pretty close to cropped out over there. We will have to get some other productions going, which one of them will be fabric because we're not producing fabric right now, and we have chemicals now, so don't underestimate that. And fabrics need also crops, so that all should work pretty well together. But cool. Stop bobbling. Do something useful. I want an oil storage here that I can also get oil from. And honestly, I have the perfect idea for what I want there, because there's one oil storage in particular, not this one, this one, that has a rail connection on the other side, and that's all I want from here. Is this cheating? I don't know, probably not, because this looks like a pretty realistic setup. And I would just like to have one large oil storage where I can export from, and later on when I find more oil in other locations, I would like to be able to also deliver more oil to this area. So overall, this is just a win-win, and just the way that the cookie crumbled here. So yeah, no, I feel good about this. Let's make this a better connection. Nothing gets built yet, and this is just gravel road at this point. I could turn this into asphalt road as well, but at this point I don't really want to. I do hope this is in coverage of the fire station over here. Hard to tell from here, but if I just look at screen width, this is about one screen width, definitely covered. This is about one screen width, should be covered. So my guesstimation, my spidey senses tell me that it's fine, but it may not be. And if it isn't, I definitely have to turn this into an asphalt road, and that should make life a lot easier. Cool, that stuff is done. Next stuff, I need to get workers here, and the oil refinery does not have. Do I want to work on this? It's going to take a while until this road is built. Once this road is built, I need to expand on that. I could make this a dirt road. I just don't want to because, again, fire coverage. I need some fire station to be able to get out here and take care of business when necessary. So I don't know why that's not assigned, but that's fine. So I have a little bit of time to get these all derricks actually connected and build the piping there and all that other stuff, which will take forever. And I need the workers from Inkersta to actually get moving, so I think I can plan the rest that I need here. I would actually like to have just an in with a third rail that goes around here for the out, so that I can have two trains waiting here and one train always exiting here, and then a tight turn to get the exit. I think that will be nice. I will also need bitumen and fuel storages, and they come out on the other side here. If you look at the piping, there's the in, and that's your start. And then you have enough outs over here that we just have to use. I don't see a good reason why I can't use the same building. excuse me, for the same purpose. Bitumen will always be less than fuel, but I would like to keep this concentrated into one area. And if I'm lucky, I won't start building all of this until I have steel production set up. So a lot of planning again, may be annoying to some of you, but it is, in my opinion, the most important thing in this game. So don't just skimp out on it. Just do it right. I am actually contemplating putting these as mirrored buildings like this with terminals. I don't know how this will look. I don't know how this will look. But oil trains are generally pretty long, so I think this is a terrible idea. No, it's just line them up in a way that there's enough room to get everything done, and we will just have a little bit excess piping that has to be done to make all of this work. Let's turn F2 on. There's no way we're going to be able to get a road up on to the left side to the rail, not to the rail, but to the road that we have going here. No way. And that's not great, but I think we will be able to smuggle a road down here. Not yet, so I'm glad I saw that right away. Let's smuggle a road down here. There you go. This one is fine. And the storages have to be able to connect to that, otherwise I know that we're not going to be able to get what I need out of this area. So that looks better. That's the first storage. Second storage, I would like you to be... It's too close. This is just too close for what I want to do. If I put you here, I think it would work. And this is why I didn't want to build the road yet, because it will just mess with my mojo. And this is much better. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Now, I don't like where the refinery has the ins and outs, and I think actually bothering me enough that I'm going to try to align that a little differently. What do I mean? Well, it had all the outputs going to the left and over here, and I need them really to go to the right, like essentially where they're pointing at now, or more now. Yeah, that's a lot better. But I don't like where the road connection is, so yeah, this is still not great. I could point you this way, and actually this is what we're going to do, because this feels a lot better. If we do that, just get rid of all of this road, because everything is going to run by the mountain now, road-wise. Probably even this one, so we don't need a double road. Let's get rid of that. Oh, planning is great. Planning is the best part of this game. I love it. Do I overplan? No, I don't overplan. What I do is plan big from the beginning, and then I never end up actually using it. And that's something I would like to change in this iteration, in this season. Because I usually just plan really big and look at the numbers and try to make the numbers all be, I don't know, mapped out enough. And it's fun, it's nice, but I never end up actually fully utilizing the potential of what's going on there. And that's something that actually bothers me. I would like to pull through and actually do as well as I planned I wanted to do, not do as just have a potential and then leave it as that. So I hope that's something I get done. Time will tell if that is a thing, but for right now, I tell you that that's my plan. So I hope I can actually put that into something useful. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run a artery line for snapping. I'm going to run an artery line here, which is right-hand traffic, so it's just one-way traffic really coming in here. And I would like to get a good connection over here. This is a really long block already, so I'm not really worried about it. Worried about putting a weird junction in. I don't think I need a weird junction. I don't think I need a triangle here. I think I can just do a regular blocking junction, because I don't expect this to have a lot of traffic. And if it has a lot of traffic, I will just have to redo it, and that's my problem, and then that's bad. But for right now, I did fly-in junctions a lot in the previous season. They're pretty, they're effective, but they're also boring. When you do them all the time and you don't have enough traffic to actually justify it, it's not the same. It doesn't feel right, and I don't want to run into that same problem again. So let's just do this. Too steep, not too steep. Awesome. And then the outside one, hopefully, plays along. And here's the thing, if this doesn't play along, I will just have to find another way to make this work. But I tricked the game, and therefore I'm the winner. Cool. Give yourself just some slack. Make these long enough to be able to receive an actual fuel train that you're thinking you're going to use. I will just... Yeah, this is nice. This looks neat. That's a pretty good rail setup. That's nice. You don't need the same thing on this side. On this side... Oh, snow's here. We didn't make it through the winter. Sorry, guys. On this side, it's a short block because the trains are going to come out of here, and that's important. I could slow this down, but it wouldn't make a difference anymore. So there you go here. This guy I would actually like to... Too steep? No, don't too steep me. This guy would like to run really parallel to these guys up until the end, because then I just want to have a turnaround. And this turnaround, I'm assuming, will be used by a lot of different trains for a lot of different reasons. So keep that in mind when if you build something similar to what I'm doing right here. Because trains always get lost for different reasons. One of the reasons could be a fuel station that is inaccessible for some reason, and other reasons too. So don't forget about that. Like, I'm forgetting that I said I need a passenger station access here for the refinery, because without that, we're not going to do anything. Let me do something really quick. Just this one, big as I can. Make this a little darker so you can actually see the rail that's going on. Is that what I want to do? Actually, no. No, I'm just going to run forward, get as much built as we can. I'm not missing out on anything production-wise. The only thing that I really care about is workers, so I'm not going to continue right now. I will continue in a minute. I will just run this forward without you guys, and we'll see how we are with our workers in the spring. That will be fun. Cool. See you in a sec. Well. I thought I was going to be able to go through the whole thing. My population currently has not dropped. However, my heat has dropped. I don't have enough coal. Currently, we only use the distribution office to bring coal in here. But for some reason, that does not seem to be enough. Where's my coal truck? Is this a coal truck? You are bringing them some coal, but I believe the problem is that we only have one coal truck actually bringing stuff in here. So I let that one coal truck drop off whatever it needs, but we will set up another... probably two of the big ones, because one is just not enough. Two of these guys to bring in more coal more frequently until we produce it ourselves, and then we just set it up differently. But coal here, bring it to this building, wait until unloaded, go, and you go as well, and that should help our thingy. Also, it looks like it's on fire. I don't know what's up with that, but alright. Lots of pollution going that way, I hope, not towards our citizens. But no, overall, we are mid-January now, and our citizens are doing okay. Heating-wise, ooh, this is dirty. This is not good. Why are we out of fuel? I think we're out of fuel because this fuel tanker has to be somewhere. Where are you? You're out of fuel, you go into the diesel DO, you're coming from up here. I think you're just slow, and honestly, manage 15 tasks with one vehicle is overloading you, that's for sure. And right now we had a lot of work vehicles come out here to refuel. As you can see, this one's going somewhere else, which is fine. But that just means I probably have to add either a bigger distribution office for the fuel in that case, or just figure out something else to do. Also, heat, besides the coal problem, was doing actually pretty okay, which you can see with our population, but population is going the wrong way, so I hope this will work out. See you in a sec. Alright, so winter is just about over. How did we do? We are about at the same number as before, which is awesome, because generally the last 2 winters when I let this play, I ended up in the 2800 range, and we can compare this. Maybe 2800 is over-exaggerating, but if we look at this bumps, 2800, low 2900s, but here we stayed a lot higher this year, and that is awesome, because that means we're moving towards the right direction. One of the things I had to upgrade, which is not surprising, our happiness here is lower, which we started at like 78% before the winter, and now we're at 74%. That's mostly this village, the happiness went down, which also meant the number of sellers that we have available, productivity went down, so we had less people being able to buy what they wanted. But we came out of this winter actually pretty well. I will move another group of workers into this village because it has to happen at some point. It's as simple as that. We got to fill up this village at least. I know that I'm going to have to add a barracks, something wooden built in this area eventually, but for right now, this is hopefully going to be enough. And all of that simply, I need a fire station out here that's not a helicopter crew. Because helicopters are cheating. It's as simple as that. But here's this thing that we started building, so don't you underestimate that. Let's make this a nice smooth turn. Assign that so someone can get this done soon. Yep, start here. That's fine. This looks nice. So yeah, all this oil production. But what I was saying before was I need a way to get workers into this refinery. Now there's the thing right here that we can use. And as I said before, I just want a like a one-way system here. I don't want to have terminals of any sort. So this should be fine. Now I have to make sure that I can get this connection in wherever I want, or wherever I need it at least. And you don't like me. Why do you not like me? Because you are on a little plateau. Interesting, but I think if I just get the start going, I will be able to get a connection here. So a little steeper than I wanted to, but needs must, and this game sometimes isn't always set out to be pretty, and this is a really ugly connection, but you know what? It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I will survive. No, I won't. I hate it. I hate it. No, go back. Make it better. Get rid of these guys, then try this again, just better this time. Now there, now we're talking about a normal looking rail connection that can't, oh, saw it. No, no, yes, no, yep. Right there. That almost looks like what it looks like on this side, and that makes me happy enough. So this is all the space that we have to get a train station in for workers. Now remember, this is only to drop them off. They don't have to stay in the station. The station doesn't need any capacity whatsoever. Anyone that goes here will go directly work in the refinery and nothing else. So the size of the station does not actually make a difference here. I would like if the station can actually handle the amount of wagons that are on the train, but I don't know that this is necessary. Let's see what we have here. There's this tiny one. It's not going to be big enough. It will just look funny with the trains that go through there. So no, that's not going to happen. Here's the big one. I used that already in the other zone, industrial zone behind us. And it doesn't feel quite right. And I may have to move this one back a little bit. You'll see in a second why, because I need to get a connection in there that's actually feasible. So no, I think that one is out too. A bunch of tram connections. This one is something that I would consider, because we haven't used it yet. The only problem is where the footpath connections are. It's not quite where I need them. I need the footpath connections to the side, so no. That's a no-go right there. We don't need double track. Well, something I could do is use this guy and replace the track in the middle. Did I do that? No, because I do want the artery running in the middle and be unblockable. So I hope I don't need to do what I just planned. What is this one? Way too big. Yeah, I think all our other stations are just way too large. This one looks cute on paper, but it doesn't even have collisions, so that disqualifies it for me. I know there are reasons to have it that way, but I just don't like it. I just don't like it. This one's just too short. I think we're going to have to use one of these again. And I hope two things here. One, that I can place you there. Good. It's not lined up right. I think there is a setting. Not in game settings. Graphic settings? Nope, definitely not. Control settings? Maybe. There is supposed to be a setting here that changes the sensitivity of the rotate buildings. And it's the highest sensitivity that I set up there already. Let's see if this one makes a difference. I don't know that it will, but I think that's what that setting is supposed to do. So let's go over here, try the same station again I just built. Thank you. So this is the max one, and this is the scroll one. I'm just not good enough. Let's do another full rotation, because that sometimes can make all the difference that you need. It's not perfect by any means. It's not perfect, period. Let's turn you one more time. Nope, still same thing. One more time. Building destroyed in the fire. I heard that. Where did that happen? I don't like how this looks, but I can't fix it right now. Let's see what this was. If it's important, we have a problem. Is this important? Yep. Why? How was this not covered? Did I not have... Ooh, the fire trucks were in that building. Did I lose another building? Let's turn this ugly off. Vehicle, building is on fire, last chance to buy, nope, nothing. Doesn't look like there's anything in here that said anyone else broke, so I think my problem was there weren't enough firefighters in the fire station at the time when this happened. And that's why the fire trucks that we had here just got destroyed. So let's first fix the fire trucks, because that's important. Did you see how I actually noticed that there was a notification up there? I'm terrible at that. I'm actually impressed by myself. But fire trucks, yes, same one, same one. The only thing you have to care about is the speed level here, and this is speed level 9 and 12, so there's 21 workers that can work in the fire station once these guys show up. It is possible that I never actually make the assignment, because I think that was the problem. I didn't make the assignment because you can't make an assignment right now. Since there are no vehicles here, the station is saying, hey, nobody can work there. See, I can't assign them. So I need those fire trucks to actually show up, and once they show up, I can assign it, so we don't have that debacle again of losing the farm, or whatever other building we have that will show up here that we actually need. It looks like this one is not done yet. That's kind of sad, but that's okay. I really like where the number is. That is a lot better than what it was before, and that makes me happy. Now we can assign people here. I will assign a couple extra people, because this will be a really important connection. As you just saw, this burned down because there was no workers available there. We do have some crops left over, so that's pretty neat. I do hope we're not buying crops. It looks like, yeah, you're going to distribution office. You just dropped some off. That's fine. I would call that all good and done with. So what I would like this guy to do is actually cross over like this. Perfect. That's what I wanted, because this is already a junction, and by junction by default, you don't have to do anything with. This one is a problem. I can't actually build that. Why not? Because I don't have a road connection to it, and I'm not planning to add a road connection to this piece. No, I am, because I have to build this whole train station. So let's do this. It's not... No, that's dirty. That's dirty. I will make it a real footpath that goes to right here. Build that when you're ready. And then this one can connect here, and from there you just connect to this footpath, and this will all get built eventually, and then will look really pretty. Cool. The only building that I'm not planning on building, or these 3 buildings I'm not planning on building right away. Everything else I will build, because I do need the storage here. How's this road coming over on this side? It's not very far yet, which is actually kind of surprising. Do we not have enough gravel, or is this a problem with available trucks that can't dump as much as they need? Do you just have too much assigned to you? Maybe? It really feels like this. Oh no, it's just not assigned to the right construction offices. Oh, that's too bad. Happens every once in a while, but this is fine. Okay, so now this one can come in here. The thing that I want to make sure now is that we have enough room for these guys to be able to join in here, and then I would like the same crossover that we just... Oh, come on. Semaphore in the way? I think it just told me there was a semaphore in the way. No, I don't want that connection. I don't know why you would think that is an okay connection. Let's try this again. 5 on my shortcuts or hotkeys is gravel or no, concrete rail. And this one connects in there, beautiful. This one, it is trying to cross right where that join point is. I think that is my problem here. So let's get this one back a little bit. Then get you to cross over. Too sharp, too sharp, too sharp. There we go. That looks neat. This one, can you... Yes, you can. There's a little swivel in there, but I will allow that. On this side, I think we can make that just look a little nicer. I do want to use more of the more of, what's it called? The certification tools that this game actually gives you. So I will try my best to make it look better. I can't play semaphore there. I would like to remove this node here. It looks like I can't do that while this is all connected the way it is connected, so that is fine. Now if I place a chain there, it's happy. Now remove the chain and the node is gone. Then I connect this rail to this guy again. That looks better. That node is gone. Yeah, I like it. Those are actually now next to each other, and I just think it looks a little prettier than without that. That's all perfect. Now, all we need, nothing complicated, is this guy to swerve out a little bit. These two have to be able to connect to it, and then I just make a balloon here. But the balloon, I would actually like to have a straight connection to that guy. That's relatively important to me. This is pretty darn close. It's just there's something that won't let me do it. Where is... Okay, I see the problem. Let's remove the problem. Terrain. Yes, terrain, please. Lower. We don't need that much. Just lower this. That it's somewhat on the same level. And as you can see, this is pretty flat already in this area, so I will throw a bulldozer at this, but I don't actually think we really need these. Okay, a little bigger, a little bigger, a little bigger. This should be perfect now. We'll try it without... Nope, I needed that little extra swing. And then you come free. Really? Really? I mean, you could have just done this in the first place. That looks pretty to me. I would like these two to combine into the same track, so it doesn't look as weird. You're not going to give me that, are you? This is the alternate option. That looks better. I'm going to allow that. And I'm pretty happy with this. Pretty straight arrow connection here. That's just all one way. That should work pretty great. I don't like how short this block is, but honestly at this point I can't really change it. And if I need to make this a flyover junction or a non-blocking junction, that will be a lot of work because of all the connections that I already have here. So I think this will be fine. I hope this will be fine. We will find out if it is fine at a later date, not today. But that looks good. Now this guy needs to get into here. And honestly, this feels like a really, really good connection point. So if I can get a road across here, it's going to be a little bumpy, but that is okay. Have you come a little further out? I would like... Yeah, this doesn't feel right yet. Let's look at a different angle. Yeah, we're just too far away. I would like a 90-degree angle here so that we can pull that connection there. And then... just take you back a little bit. This is gravel that we already produce ourselves, so it's free. We only pay for the fuel that we needed to produce that. But this looks fine. This is a pretty good connection for allowing other trucks to pick up stuff, and we can just say that, well, it doesn't matter which one is fuel and which one is not. We can even use some, what's it called? We could even use... loading stations for the trucks to pull their fuel. Maybe just put one here and they could get bitumen and fuel all at the same time. I think that will look nice. I could have mirrored these, but honestly, I am happy with the way they turned out at this point, and I really don't want to move them again, so that's what they are. Just deal with it. That's fine. Okay. Looks like this road is going to be completed pretty soon, so let's just complete this setup. Look at my workers again, looking at these guys. Actually, unemployment, I heard from people on the Discord, is related to how much construction you have going on at the same time, which makes perfect sense, because construction does indeed eat a lot of workers. I guess I can leave that one where it is. I need to find a good just through line that can just take care of everything that we need here. That looks fine. Maybe we're out of an excavator at that point, and that is okay. I'm going to make everything gravel road, simply, very simply, because it will extend the fire station accessibility, and that is really, really important in this case. More important than most of the other things that I would care about right now. Could have done that a lot better. because this guy has to connect to something, and then we just have one junction. It just looks a little nicer, I think. Unless I pull that all the way out there. I don't know yet. This is fine. This is fine. This one definitely just goes down here. Connects into there. That's good. This one is the lone wolf. I think that one I feel more uncomfortable just turning around. It feels like a miss. T for flipping. 41. 41 is the number, I suppose. So there we go. Point at something reasonable. That looks nice. Right there. I do hope all of this is covered. If it's not covered, I probably just have to put another fire station on the other side of the city, but that's a problem I will deal with once I get there. So we have all of these, almost all of these. Just turn this one around. This is just silly if I don't. There's no good reason to not turn you around. And actually, ooh, I think I will turn both of these around. 44%, can we get more? 45? 45%, yeah. That's what we're going to do. At some point, I thought I was going to collect everything in the center here, but I don't think that's the case anymore because I can't have the storage right where it is. So yeah, let's turn this one around, otherwise the pipe is going to go the completely wrong way. Anyways, this one can connect like this. Get me my oil derrick. Just like so. 39 is probably the number that I had there. I really don't know, and it doesn't matter that much. That's good. Then this one can connect straight into there. This one can connect straight onto here. Everything is nice and pretty. Love it. Now, just to the actually collecting everything. Yeah, these two can connect together. That's fine. So the oil derricks that I have, which I actually really enjoy whenever I use them, are always the vanilla ones, because they're always 3 in and 1 out, and that is more than sufficient for everything that I need. And in this case, I may even do a underground pipe. This is an underground pumping station. That's not what I meant. I wanted a regular pumping station. This looks neat. Make these relatively straight. I don't want to make these complicated, but there you go. So 2 in, 1 out. Then these two are special. These will be... Ooh, I can use a pump that connects all 3 of these. That is actually a nice bonus. I didn't expect that to see. Or to see that. Expect that to see. Wow. EE to go up a little bit. We could make this underground, but you know my feelings about that. So, no. Underground have a place. My Republic doesn't deserve it yet. That's my viewing point right now. I think that's a pretty okay connection. Get that one assigned. Now, I would say put a pump here that connects that one, this one, and then the rest that comes from here. I just don't know how many we need from that side, but there's just one connection open right there. Come on. EE. I just want to be up high right away, because at some point I'm going to forget something and I will regret not having them moved up high enough, and that's not a connection. Try that again. Pipe. Yes, this pipe. Cool. Up. Yay. Wonderful. Then this one, 1, 2. Very good. Over here, and then connect in there. That also looks good. Let's assign these so I don't forget stuff later. Now we have 4 here, which means 1 pump goes here, and 1 pump essentially goes here, and then we're good to go. I don't think I will change to use a different pump at this point, so I'm happy with what we have here. Yeah, this one will be for all 3 that are over there. I will flip it so the road connection's on the opposite side. I think that would make it look just a little nicer. And then this one will be the last one that we need to connect everything. Cool. Let's get the last pipes running. This one obviously is the outside. 1, 2. Actually, if I run you closer to these guys, that should be fine. Apparently I had to make it go a little higher. That's not what I expected. Let's just go here and then... Come on, snap to the thing. Thank you. That one can go in there. Beautiful. 1, 2. Just to go over the road, and then in there. That looks nice. 1, 2. Again, I'm not going to repeat myself, just what I do. Run you over here, and nice in there. And this one... could just be a direct connection, but no. 1, 2, you go up there. across here and down there, and this one, 1, 2 to go up. E and Q are the letters. I don't think I mentioned that in this episode. Sorry about that. There you are, and you're not snapped to it again. Now you're snapped, and that makes me happy enough. This one I will risk as just a connection on the ground. Love it. Love the setup. Does exactly what I need to do, and it's good to go. There's no power yet because that's always what I do last. But I would say this pumping station should have no problem connecting to an underground, via underground to this pipe. I say that. It can get to there. It can't get to there. Are you kidding me? Wow. Wow. I literally need one more foot of distance there. Foot, if you're not American, is a third of a meter. I don't know why I used foot, honestly. It's not what I grew up with. It's not the right measurement. Blah 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 blah. Anyways, let's reconnect these guys in a way that they can understand what I need from them. Get this pump as close to the darn mountain as possible and connect all the things. Can you just automatically connect that thing? I mean, should be fine. Let's check that this is doing exactly what I need to do. There you go. That wasn't complicated at all. Why that looked a little funny there, but that's fine. Cool. Got that one in. Now give me some regular pipe. This one. Did it really just say too long there for a second? That was odd. Up. Did I mention that planning in this game is super duper important, and you should always do it first, otherwise you will regret all your decisions, all of them, not just a couple of them. All of them will be regrets. This one should be yeah, that's what I thought. Here, come on. That's fine. Have you come in there? That looks good. You just make a straight connection in here. That looks good. This one, go onto that node that already exists. There is no node here. Get you in there. This is obviously just simple road connecting. I'm not applying any kind of logic to this. Just make the connections and everyone is happy. That looks good to me. Assign this to some construction office for now. That should be good. Get this assigned to some other construction offices. That is also good. I don't have the pipes connecting all of these guys yet. I will regret that, so I'm doing that right now. And that's the last thing I'll do today. Yeah, right. Yes, no, it's the last thing I'm doing today. Up, two up, all the way over here. They're not perfectly straight, but honestly, it's fine. It's still a pipe. We could do this underground, but I don't mind the above ground pipe looks, so leave me alone. EE to go over this. This could be an underground pipe, honestly, but no. This one will. This one, I think, will be much better and much more appropriate to be an underground pipe. Wow. Do you see that? Do you see what it did? That looks terrible. That just looks terrible. Okay, try this again, just a little better. Turn on our underground vision and go QQ. QQQ. I'm going really low here because I don't want to see that. The thing that we just saw, that was ugly. How's that looking? That looks much better. It looks like it's supposed to be there. And since we did it there, I will allow to do the same thing over here. First we try it directly. There's a little speck that I can see. I don't want to see that little speck, so do it a little better. F3 for underground view, then move over here, QQ to go a little lower, and then all the way up here. That should hide it pretty well. I like it. Beautiful. Awesome. Now, the refinery will only push out the surplus, but honestly, that's totally fine because it's just what it is. So it's fine. It's fine, trust me. Ooh, I realized that these will be able to be built by the rail construction office as they are set up right now, because eventually they will make a one-way track around there, and they should be accessible. So that gets me excited. Yeehaw. Huzzah, as they say in a show that I watch currently. Nice. How are we doing? Workers are... The number is a little higher than earlier. That is good. We have firefighters here, which is very important to me. That's probably also a reason why this is a lower number again for unemployment. Really sad that this farm burned down, but it is what it isn't. There's some crops still available here. That's kind of surprising to me how we're doing here. We have crops available there too. That's pretty nice. What are you getting? You're getting some bauxite. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful chance to say goodbye because the episode went a little longer than I wanted to. I have no idea where we were because I had that run of going through the winter there because it's hard to view for you guys. And yeah, no, I'm trying to make this an enjoyable experience for you guys and not just me pointing at stuff and you're like, what, where, how, why, when? So as usual, thank you very much for watching. We are on a really good path. We are, this republic is not going to die unless I let my citizens die and the workers die, and I would like to think I have a knack for not doing that, and I probably just jinxed myself by saying that. It's just the way it happens. But yeah, we have at least one really good future cash cow set up with the oil, with the fuel that we have now. That will be very important to have. Really, really, really very important to have. Because without that, fuel is going to be a really, really big expense. Right now, all our trains run on fuel. All our vehicles run on fuel. Everything that we have runs on fuel. I don't even have a fuel station yet. I should plan on putting that in very soon, probably by that industrial area or even by that refinery. The refinery may be a better place for it because there's a free turnaround already built in. But yeah, we need fuel. Fuel is probably our biggest expense right now. I'm not going to look at it. I may look at it next time because I have to keep you out there. There's a tree. Make that tree go away. Who put that tree there? Yeah. So I let this run for a little bit, probably. I would like to get to 4,000 workers at least. I need to fill up that village that we have. I need to fill up all the workplaces that we have in the first city. Then I can expand to actually making coal happen. And for coal, all we need right now is just add some power. Once we have the power there, we can produce everything we need. We just need the workers, really. Without the workers, it doesn't make any sense to do power. While I'm waiting, I may set that up without you guys, because really just the power connections that I already have here. Nothing's going to change there. So it should be pretty straightforward. So expect that we have some coal running next time you stop by. Cool. How much money is this guy going to make? Too much. Bauxite is overpowered. That's another thing I would like to change, but at this point it's just, I don't know. It's not about money anymore. This game is never about money besides the beginning where you need money to get started, but once you actually start it, you don't need money anymore. So I'm gonna leave it as is. Once I can, I will turn off all the lower value exports like bauxite, like gravel, like coal when I have it, like all those things. I have to actually export the final products. That will also help your exports and your customs houses, because I see a lot of people complain about that. That, as you can see to the right here, the vehicles are just getting there and they have to wait for so long. If you have a lot of those vehicles sitting there, it's going to take forever. If you have a lot of trains going to a single customs exit, it's going to take forever, but that just means stop exporting the high volume, low price goods. You want to go to the higher value, lower volume prices, so you don't have to have as many vehicles exporting them. And that's where I want to move to. Honestly, the higher volume ones, if I can export them by ship, I'm fine with that, but I'm nowhere near ships because we're not going to buy ships. We're going to build ships. That's important. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this wasn't too long. I'll see you again next time. Appreciate you. Bye.